Roundtable. I can't find the intro.
You can't find it?
I found it.
Oh, dear.
Uncensored Radio, Real Talk Roundtable. Real life, real laughs, real talk.
Hey, Merry Christmas, ho, ho, and ho. We are here for a Christmas last
You
minute
don't know you like that.
crazy. I do know you like that. Crazy
You know,
roundtable catch up to kind of digest the feelings that we are all having on the downhill slope to the big day of silly season. My name is Steve. With me today, I have, as always, Grand Poobah King, and Lord of TikTok, Jeffrey Emmett. I have the lovely Brooke Blomey, and then we have a special guest today. Jenny's here. Jenny, why don't you talk to the people? Tell them who you are. What's going on? Let us know.
I am known on TikTok as Screwball Jenny. I like to do podcasts, and I'm here to have fun with you guys. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Oh, anytime. Welcome to the craziness that is Uncensored Radio. It can get, things can get a bit weird. All right. So, as I said, we are literally on the downhill slope towards Christmas. Here in Australia, it is the 20th of the 12th, which means it's the 19th in America, as we know.
Fuck.
So, not long to go now. I'm going to hit you with some statistics, and this is how Americans observe Christmas. So, this is as of last year. 95% say that they celebrate the actual holiday. 93% exchange gifts. 88% put up trees. 74% go to parties. And only 65% of Americans go to a religious service at Christmas.
Fucking heathens.
I mean, does that scream commercialism or does that not scream commercialism? But the reason why I wanted to do this show this year is that everyone that I've kind of come across, they've left Christmas till late and everyone is panicking. There's panic in the streets. Even the people that I work in my retail job, they're like, I need a Christmas present. I'm like, okay. Like, you just need to calm down. Like, what is the general, where is everyone at with their preparation? Brooke, we'll start with you. Where are you at with Christmas at the moment?
Look, I'm actually pretty good. I regret spending a month in the US so close to Christmas because of the amount of money I spent on myself and on my children. But in saying that, I'm good to go. The biggest issue that we're coming up against at the moment is the dreaded Rona. But you know what? Santa will get through it. We'll quarantine him. He just won't bring gifts till late. It's fine. What else?
It does add an extra bang to Christmas when, respiratory disease is rampant as well as Christmas elves. It's always fun. You got to keep
we've
shit
managed
active.
to get, we were Christmas free this year. Kid free for Christmas this year, and Christmas free. Wow, I wish that'd be great.
Right.
More of a Halloween girl. But we didn't have any of the kids planned to be here this year. My youngest have actually had to fly the coop because they tested negative. Thank goodness, and they're still testing negative. But it happens.
So close too. It's like tick tick tick. If it's not going to happen now. Yeah, it's
touch and go.
So Jenny, what's Christmas like for you? What do you do? What do you celebrate? What's it like at your place?
Well, we celebrate Christmas. I finished my shopping at the end of August. I'm an early shopper. I have one more gift left to get, and that's underwear for my father.
Sexy stuff.
Only because my grandmother used to get it every year since he was a child. And when she passed away, he wasn't getting it anymore. So I kept the tradition up. So he looks forward to underwear. So I just have to get his underwear, his tighty whities. Ugh. That is sweet. It's so cringy.
It's sweet that you do it.
Maybe I think beanies or thongs. Oh my God. Could you buy him a leopard thong and then do a TikTok?
Yeah,
that would be the shit. I mean,
Spice things up for a year. Be like, you can just get him a whole different range of underwear. Get him like tidy whities, get him boxers, get him boxer briefs, get him a Speedo, like just get him a banana hammock, you know, and be like here you go, Dad.
My TikTok's gonna turn into TikTok.
Well, doesn't it always? I mean, come on. TikTok is what the people are out there for.
That's right.
But you bring up
called TikTok.
No, everyone's just looking for the TikTok. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
You
perfect,
can't
'cause I was like,
you
did
can't
I
put it
miss
out there, or you
something?
get a big ban. You get a big ban on yourself.
Oh. So TikTok
But
don't want
you-
to see my dick.
No,
Oh, sorry.
you bring up an interesting thing, Jenny, about continuing traditions for people that are no longer with us. My dad used to be the underwears and socks guy. He's like, this is, and you knew, like, I don't have to worry about underwear. I don't have to worry about socks, and I don't have to worry about cologne, because I knew that I would get those three things. So this will be second Christmas, nearly third, yeah. With that, since he's not being here, but his wife's like, I'm not buying you underwear. I'm like, thanks. Like, I'm an adult. Some people you just don't, like that you can't resource some. I think that's got to stay, genetically related. You don't want people buying you underwear unless it's like, that kind of underwear. We know that it's sexy times, but So Jenny, do you have little people around for Christmas, or
My kids are
family
grown up.
wise?
They're grown up. They're out of the house. They're with their father this Christmas, so I don't have. But it's okay. I'll get over it. I'll do good.
You get Christmas off. You get to have a self Christmas, which
That's
I'm
right.
kind of about, right? Like, I think I'm a little bit antisocial. Who knew? I find Christmas very draining. I find it draining, like, especially with the areas that I work in. So I do retail, I teach dance. It's a lot of giving your energy and time to other people. I can't imagine like people like Vera and Luke who are nurses and have to do it 24 hours and care for people. By the time it comes to Christmas, the last thing I want to do is make small talk with people that I don't usually associate with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I don't have anything to say to you. Unless I can drink, this is not going to be a good day. And I used to make the mistake of drinking, but then you can't escape.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee on the Uber situation. Like, I like to know that if I want to go, I can go. Like, I am out the door. See you later. I'm gone home having a nap, whatever I want to do. But yeah, it's precarious.
Why you don't go anywhere? You invite people over and then you just go to bed.
There you go.
We are aware of the Jeffrey Emmett hosting.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. That's cute though.
Or
He's
he'll
very
just sleep
hospitable.
on the couch.
The
Yeah.
Irish
That way.
goodbye.
He's very hospitable. We're not degrading Jeffrey at all.
Oh no, this has not been a secret for years and years and years. Like, I will just disappear at any given time. I'm just going to bed. Bye. Fuck you.
Good night. I'm out. So how's Christmas in the boonies though? How are you going? I know that you were covered in boxes last time.
If you need a last minute gift, call me, because I can hook you up with a Norex scrubby sponge. Or how about some snifflies from Young Living?
Oh.
Or maybe I could hook you up with some Melaleuca. What do you need? Christmas
boxes?
Yeah, boxes.
Boxes everywhere.
I'm like Jenny. I'm usually done shopping months in advance. I did finish shopping early, but I still have stuff like coming in. It's a little stressful to still have shit like not here yet. I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah, and then I have like neighbors and everybody, like, it's kind of like now the brawl, like, where are we gonna go Christmas Eve? Because the Blouse Barn, they're here and they kind of want to do a thing at the Blouse Barn, and my aunt wants to do a thing at her house, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna say fuck everybody. I'm gonna stay home.
Mm-hmm.
You do it. That's when you do like a progressive dinner. You do different course at everyone's house, and then you bail.
Right.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
She's like, that's what she says. She's like, just come over before you go over there. And I'm like, oh no, well, we do everybody's house early, so we'll be coming over for breakfast, bitch, because the kids go home early, because they go to bed early, because Christmas morning starts super early. But then Christmas Day, we don't see anybody. Like, nobody fucks with us Christmas Day. I'm like, that's rude.
No. But see, Christmas Day that's what I don't miss. I don't miss the hassle and hustle of like going to this person's house and going to that person's house and da 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 da. Like when I was young, we had a very cool little neighborhood where everyone was quite close and whatnot. We used to host Christmas morning breakfast for like the neighborhood on our front lawn because it was big enough. So there's this table set up, food, the kids could play with all their toys, they could do with whatever. Then it came to lunchtime and everyone could fuck off and do what they wanted, like, and deal with family and stuff like that. But I can't with the people that pack up a baby and put like this toy and that toy. It's like, I would rather lick a PowerPoint than even consider that. Like, so much pain and suffering.
It's a lot of effort. It's a lot. I know that I come from a huge family. Like, we have a very big family with lots of nieces and nephews and children. And now I've got a great niece as well. It's her first Christmas this year. And we will generally meet for like at one person's house for Christmas Day. And it's normally this big, huge affair where everyone is there. It's like a full-on traditional English in Australia. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And
all that hot roast meat and stuff when it's like 42 degrees. You're like, ugh. Yeah.
Not my thing. But this year we are still meeting at one person's house, but we're doing like a barbecue. It's super simple. It's not going to be, fussy and all of that. And I know that Chris and I have booked a hotel nearby so that when I get over it, which I do with people, I'm not a huge fan of people. Anyone that knows me knows this. But we can just fuck off and go to our really nice hotel when I'm done with people. So,
but it makes it hard because these people are also your family. How do you, like, Jenny? How do you fuck with family on Christmas? It's like, oh god, some people just got to grin and bear, right?
Yeah, you do. I mean, I don't do the visiting anymore because it's draining, and like by the time you're at the third house, you just want to go home and go to bed. Had enough, So I stopped all that. I just chill out at home in my pajamas and just do my thing, That's what I do.
Exactly. Jeff, you famously
I've never been. I've always been the house, even when as a kid, that everybody comes to me. So I don't know what it's like to be the bitch that travels anywhere, any night, right? Like, no, you fucking come to me. I don't go to you. So I don't understand what y'all are talking about.
Oh. Yeah.
But how do we deal with those? How do we deal with those situations? Is what I'm asking. Because Jeff, we know that you have an interesting family situation, especially when it comes to Christmas and stuff like that. When presents arrive that you don't want and all that kind of stuff. How do you make that happen? Because some people just don't mix their oil and water, or how do you keep the peace? Should you keep the peace at Christmas, for Christmas? Brooke, you can start us off.
Well, look, I've not always had the greatest relationship with my brother and sisters. Kind of, it is an oil and water situation. But to me, in recent years, I would go in all fired up and be like a right little bitch just for the sake of being a right little bitch. As I have gotten older, I have discovered that it is probably just easiest to bite your tongue and get along. I have to say that it's, Chris is quite calming for me. So it's a lot easier to do it with him, and he's not like, distancing himself when I get cranky. He kind of just stays close and keeps me calm. So, in recent years it's been easier, but normally I'm a bitch and I just storm off and cause fights and shit. So if you're the oil, be the oil. fuck things up, walk up. It's fine. Yeah.
Jenny, what about you? What, like, how do you deal? And not, sometimes it's not necessarily family. Sometimes it's your aunt's boyfriend or the next door neighbor that's just there for some reason. Like, are you a grin and bear it kind of girl, or do you just go, no, fuck this, I'm done?
It depends. It depends. I grin and bear it, but if they say something that offends me, I open my mouth. I don't.
Not you.
Not me. I say how it is. No filter.
I couldn't imagine.
And I can only imagine what Jeff has to say on the situation.
Oh.
Not me. I'm
Not
just
you.
a people-pleasing person. I'm a simple boy.
You're a simple boy.
Good Catholic.
But is it worth? I don't. I can see both sides of the story. I can be a polarizing figure at times. I'm either, people are. I know, right? People are either about it or they're not, and I let them know that. That's fine. But what do you think about being told to behave for Christmas?
I don't agree with that at all. And that used to be said a lot to me, but now people are well aware that I will tell them to fuck off because I'll act how I want to act. And if you piss me off, I'm going to tell you. And I'm not going to cause trouble for no reason anymore. But if you're going to come at me, I'm going to go straight back at you and I'll probably throw a fucking chair.
Nice. Fucking nice.
It's always interesting when people, different groups of people, as I said, that aren't always in the same room together, are forced, for lack of a better word, to be in the same situation. There's high emotions, there's alcohol, there's, past relationship issues, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a powder keg waiting to go off. And you ask yourself, why the fuck do we do it? Why do we do it? Why do you do it? Why have you done it in the past?
I actually don't drink at family Christmas anymore. Only because I'm not a huge drinker anyway. When I drink to excess. But I know that if I put myself in certain situations, it's not clever for me to drink. To be able to, don't even try, Jeffrey. You couldn't even keep up with me, doll. But yeah, but I'm aware. Like as I said, I'm much more aware of myself and my limits now. So I know that if I drink, then I'm going to have an issue a lot earlier. But if I'm, I have my wits about me, then I'm able to pull back and leave when I need to. So it's just easier.
So Jenny, why would you in the past have put up with someone? I know that for me, that when my grandparents were alive, I was like, oh, okay, I've got to do this, not upset the apple cart, and so they have a nice day. But I'm just like, these days.
Yeah, that's how I was in the past with my ex-mother-in-law. Christmas with her, I used to pop a Xanax, no lie. I would take a Xanax before I went over there. So every time she opened her mouth, it was like, like that speaker voice, the principal on Peanuts. That's what it sounded. She could say whatever she wanted and it didn't bother me. Later on, I started opening my mouth. And now, forget it. I don't take any shit from nobody. It's just, I'm not having it. I'm at that age where I don't need it.
And Jeffrey's never taken any shit from anyone, so it's. But no. I don't think that you would, well, depending on what kind of mood you're in, necessarily make trouble for trouble's sake either. Like sometimes you just got to hunker down, pray for daylight, and hope that it's a quick meal.
According to my mother, in her mind, I just do shit to do it because I'm a attention-seeking whore. There couldn't actually be some real emotion behind there, or because she's acting like a psycho bitch from hell. That couldn't have been the reason.
No, never.
No,
it's never anyone else's fault, though. We all know that. It's just like there are those people that you're like, oh, you're making things so difficult. You're upsetting everyone. No, bitch. you're upsetting everyone. Like,
Mhm.
what's the common equation here? Like, there's people, like, you can see it when people take, like, the sharp inhale when someone walks into the room, like, oh, hello, how are you? Awkward kiss, awkward hug, you know, that kind of thing. It's like, there's a reason I don't see you. There's a reason I don't talk to you. Like, yeah,
I was like,
stay
oh my
away.
God, that's how people react every time I walk into a room. Have I done
Oh,
something
wow. Oh, wow. That's horrible.
Or you give them a hug, say hello, and give them the finger behind their back.
I always go with overly nice. That's just my especially if they don't want to talk to me. Oh, nothing makes me happier than being really friendly with someone who hates me
I've seen that in
to their
action
face.
though,
It's,
and it's
yeah,
great
it's
to
so
watch.
cute. It's so cute. I'm like, you are dying
Oh.
inside and I win. I win. And that's all that matters is that
I
I
don't
win.
think I've ever seen you be very friendly.
Well, then you don't piss me off, then, do you, Jeffrey?
But then
Always
I gotta.
nice
I
to
mean,
me.
I don't think I'm a very friendly. I think people usually think that I'm just a very big bitch because I'm, usually just.
No. Jeffrey's got a
People-
heart of gold. Don't
Yeah.
let the
People
let the
take me
character
wrong.
fool you.
Yeah.
God.
I'm like, people take me wrong because I'm so sarcastic and they take that as mean. So, I mean,
Life happens. I mean, if they can't hack it, they can't hack it. Really, can they? You got to deal with that at Christmas. All right,
are we
I've got
keeping
some
you aware of
stitches.
Jeffrey?
Yeah, we're always keeping. Jeffrey's had a gummy. All right.
Oh,
So, America, you have a lot to answer for. These are the top 10 Christmas spending statistics for 2022.
My true 10.
Yeah, your true 10, literally. All right. Parents plan to spend an average of $276 per child when it comes to Christmas gifts. And that was in 2021. Do you have a set amount for each child? Or is it
How
just like
much?
$276? That's a very odd
That is.
increment.
It's probably about right.
I'm
how
sitting here thinking, and I'm like, that actually could be about how much I've spent on each kid.
Makes it harder though when they get older, right? And they get interested in more specific things that cost
More money.
X amount of money. So do you cave in and go, yes, that's it? Or do you go, oh, look, we'll work towards that. This is Christmas and your birthday. Look, like, it's the things that are quite hefty, especially if it's like, do you blow out the budget? Because a lot of these statistics are suggesting so. It says 10% of Europeans go into debt due to Christmas. 41% of Americans are willing to take on debt to Christmas shop.
No.
Really?
No.
I'm not going into
Only if
hock
it's
for
my
Christmas.
credit card.
You know what I mean? That's the reason I don't have a credit card, because when it comes to Christmas, I just go, that. And like, I'll see something and then I go, oh, that was like $200 for one person. I go, oh, you shouldn't do that. You should have common sense. It's like, no, this is why we don't have a credit card. We don't do that. All right. Here's a controversy. Jeffrey, you'll probably be able to answer this for me. 1 in 10 people return gifts to the store. Have you ever returned a Christmas present to the store? I never have.
If the shit is broke, yes. Otherwise, no, I just regift it.
Right? Right? Yeah. It gets put away and like, oh, here we go.
I've got a closet full of shit to regift.
But that seems like a real aggressive way to do it. Like, oh, I'm not just going to hold on to it and give it to someone else. I'm going to take this fucker back. Like, unless it's broken.
Oh, I saved the gift bag and the tissue paper, the whole setup. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just gifting the gift.
The whole experience.
Oh, yeah. You, except the one time I fucked up and regifted the gift back to the person who gave it to me in the gift bag. It was really fun.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dear.
It's okay. I didn't like the bitch anyway, so it was fine.
Okay, $15.2 billion is the estimated total of unwanted presents. That's a lot of money.
See?
That's a lot of money.
I want your garbage.
Jesus. So 56% of US consumers want to receive a gift card as a present.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, my kids ask for gift cards as a gift, so I'm like, I'm about it.
Yeah, that. My mother would get pissed because I'm like, don't buy me any fucking thing. And she was not allowed to buy me anything unless I went with her, picked it out, or it had to be gift cards because as a kid, like this bitch, she'd get me like ski gloves. You couldn't use your fingers. The fuck do I want with those? I don't fucking ski, bitch. I'm not their kind of fag. Like, I need to use my fingers. Why are you getting me ski gloves? And then she would get me tube socks. Do I look, again, I'm like 12 years old. Why are you getting me tube socks, bitch? What?
Oh my God.
No, I don't wear this shit. Like, do you know me at all? Like, do you pay attention to me? Fuck you. Don't buy me no more shit. Like, I just, you know what I mean? I felt like she didn't know me.
Oh,
I get real triggered, man. I get real triggered.
But we've had this conversation on the show before, and this is what I think. I would rather not receive a gift at all than get something just generic that someone's got. Oh, I have to buy this person a gift. Here's this. Like, I don't care what it is. If you've put some thought into it, that's amazing. But I don't want something from you if you haven't thought about what I would like or what I would need or what. Do you know what I mean?
You mean
just
how
don't
I
bother.
always go and get the clearance gift baskets and then would give those out for birthdays? You know, the gift, the Christmas like gift sets. You know, and then I give them out all year long for everybody for their birthday.
there you go.
But do you think like an extra thing?
Yeah, but do you think that what I'm saying is offensive or ungrateful? Because a lot of people go, "Oh, you can't do that." I'm like, "Well, I can because I wouldn't do that to someone else. If I'm buying you a present, I'm putting thought into what it is, hoping that you will enjoy it or need it, or like I only buy people presents that I really care for.
Don't get me anything, period. Because if I want something, I'll fucking buy it myself.
It's just, it's a very awkward situation because people get really offended. Like when I say that, I'm like, well, I would rather not, because what am I going to do with it? And B, it puts me like, we've all had that awkward, like, thank
if you
want
to buy me something, like send me a bottle of liquor. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I'll never, you know what I mean? Because either way, like somebody comes over, you know what I mean? Like you're hosting. You know, even if it's something you don't drink, it's something you have to offer somebody. You know what I mean? Like, to me, something like that's something that's you can't really go wrong with that. Something, I don't know.
Right? Or like, if you don't want to, let's go out to dinner or something. Let's do something like that's not at Christmas. Don't force it. Don't force it. I'm all about that, actually. I've tried to unless you're a child, and there's like only 2 children that I really buy for. Unless I try and buy people something experiential as opposed to something physical. Like, I mean, buying concert tickets, massages, like beauty, like things that they actually can, either experience with someone that they love, or that, give something personally for them that they might not get for themselves. It's just like, no one wants another fucking bar of soap or a candle or
They have dildos at Walmart now.
Yeah, they
do.
They do.
Yeah, they didn't have dildos when we were there, though.
Can I ask what section they would be in?
What was it next to the toothpaste, right? I think it said
toothpaste. Yep.
Yeah, with the personal lubricants.
Yeah.
Oral needs, oral requirements. Oh.
I'm gonna go down to Walmart and get me one tomorrow. I'm gonna get me a big fist.
A double ender. Double ender. So, all right, this is an interesting situation. Jeffrey, you and I, I don't know about Jeffrey. He's a man of mystery. Being single at Christmas time, when you have to be around the family.
I have kids. I don't care.
Oh, you have children, but I don't. And
You want
oh
some?
my god, no.
I'll
They
share.
don't care for me. Remember, I yelled at them.
Actually, that's
Oh,
not
send
true
it to me,
because
Jeffrey.
they've asked about you. They want to video everybody. They asked about all of you.
Uncle Stevie's a very short fuse when it comes to babysitting. God says, okay, bye. But there is, and I feel especially sorry for friends that I have friends my age that aren't married and that do not have children, especially for females. But for anyone, it is very, very hard this time of year to put yourself in that situation. And everyone asks the question, are you seeing someone? Why aren't you seeing someone? What's going on? And you're like, dude, maybe I just don't wanna.
No. You. This is where you have to give them answers so they will never, ever ask that question again. You'd be like, well, I was seeing this guy Mike, but his dick was so fucking little, it didn't fit in my ass. You know what I mean? They're not going to ask the question again. Or, be like, I was seeing this guy Tony. You know what I mean? And you just blow their fucking mind. Grandma's never going to ask again.
Just be like, well, I've got a 3-way to be at 4:00. So if we could wrap this up real quick.
Grandma, I was getting railed by these 2 married dudes last night. Like, I don't want to get with nobody because I got a lineup of married guys that come over and rail me on like a fucking every other day basis. You know what I'm saying, Graham? And the one's got a huge cock. Like, I'm good.
Jeffrey's installed a turnstile. It's like Disneyland.
Yeah. I got a lazy Susan in the bedroom. You know what I mean? I like to do
like
he doesn't allow pass outside.
It's like the teacup ride. Jeff just lays down and spins around and everyone has to go. It's like, woo! It's exciting.
Give me.
Does anyone or has anyone had the unfortunateness of having to stay with family at Christmas?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how is that? Because I managed once, one night, I was like, oh no, this is not me. I have to leave. I have to go. We have to leave. I was Sally Field. I gotta go. I gotta leave. Jenny, tell us, what is it like? What is it like having to suffer through family?
Oh,
in
it
closed locations?
Depends who it is. If they're that aggravating, I just go to bed early, I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. And I do. And then I go in my room or wherever I stay and go on TikTok, but they don't know that.
But what did you do before TikTok?
What did I do? Well, I did Facebook.
Anything.
Got it.
She pulled the Vera and would masturbate.
I was about to say she would be masturbating in the other room.
I had my masturbating.
I feel like it's a very that's a very American tradition though for people to come and stay and nest for Christmas.
I thought you were talking about masturbation.
Yeah, masturbation. Masturbation in the next room. It's a very American tradition at Christmas.
Yeah, American tradition. That's what we do. We beat it like those Americans.
But it's got to give cabin fever. Like a lunch, yes, a dinner, yes, but like consecutive meals and time and just downtime. Like how I think we're all kind of the same person where you have to step away from people and just go downtime. There's no one around. That's my favorite thing about Christmas. I go and I do the things, and you know what? 2:00 rolls around, 2:30. I'm like, I'm going home to go to sleep, and then I'm going to wake up and do whatever the fuck I want.
I didn't smoke, and I would pretend that I was still a smoker and go outside
to avoid
to get away from me. Well, because so the first time I had to go spend the night at somebody's house on Christmas Eve, my ex-husband, the first time I met his family was Christmas Eve. And he had just come out as well.
Oh, dear.
So I'm meeting him for the first time. They just found out he's gay. And I'm spending the night on Christmas Eve, and his father is not having this. Okay? He is not excited about his son being a fudge packer. Okay? Like, this is a disaster. So his mom and I just killed a box of Shiraz. All right. And not only am I going to his parents' house, but then we're going to go to his mother's sister's house where her entire extended family is going to be.
Oprah always said, don't go to the second location. Don't let them take you to the second location.
And they're all conservative people, and the one aunt had a funeral home. That whole box of Shiraz was gone, bitch. And I'm not like a touchy person, okay? Like, we don't hug in my family. We're not, something. Every last one of those bitches hugged me. I was ready to crawl out of my fucking skin and die.
The thing is, you've got to keep repeating the same information over and over again. Well, it's like, I just have it stuck to the front of me, read it, and then
now we were
leave
the
me alone.
So
no, token gay.
Right, token gay, and they all like are in disbelief because he just came out and like, oh, now the pressure's on because I've got to make the money. I've got to do something, right? Because it's uncomfortable. They all know it's
got to make him like you.
Yeah, it's terrible. So it was showtime, Synergy.
I just can't imagine. I can't imagine.
I mean, it was fine once the wine kicked it, and then we all got hammered, and then we ended up on the back of a trailer with I think a 4-wheeler or a lawnmower or something pulling us, driving through the town. Everybody's annihilated, including the state trooper uncle. Christmas caroling.
Oh, was this? This sounds like some fucking Hallmark movie hell.
It really, and the sisters, okay, all had like the big hair. Like I was like, oh my god, okay, we got Kim Cattrall, we got the bitches from Dallas and Dynasty over here, and the one had the shoulder pads. I was like, oh, I'm in love. I mean, it was something, you know what I mean? Like, it really was.
That's funny.
And two, like my family hadn't had get-togethers or anything, so it was actually.
And it's always fun to watch other people's family dynamics. From afar.
And to have that many people, you know what I mean? Like that's something actually I had wanted for a long time. So I actually really did enjoy those.
And you just watch it unfold and sit back.
Yeah,
and
it was a good time.
It's like, oh, this is good. She hates her and here. That one's the aunt who lives with the roommate. You know, like it's like, oh, this is great. This is some good stuff. I love it. It brings out the awkward in people. I remember my dad used to love to have a Boxing Day party, and because it was hot, they had a pool and whatnot. One day there was all these people around, and I was with my ex then, and he kept introducing us like together, like, oh, this is my son and this is his partner. I'm like, ew. Don't say partner, that's gay. I'm like, don't say partner. I'm like, ew.
Why wouldn't he just say boyfriend?
I don't know. I think he was trying to be like politically correct and whatnot. I'm like, this is his partner. Like we're in business. Like, yeah.
That would almost be more offensive to me.
It's so weird. I was like, I'm like, Dad, don't say partner. That's gay.
That would be like,
okay.
This is Jeffrey and his friend.
Yeah. Oh, his special friend, his roommate.
His roommate.
I love roommate. I love
it when they'd be like, oh, this is my nephew. He's gay. And this is his boyfriend, or this is his fiance, this is his husband, but this is my nephew, he's gay.
Yeah, I know. This is his only character trait. He is the gay. This is the gay one. They're here to entertain you.
So then it was like, okay, I've got two choices at this point. I'm either going to fucking try to be like, hey, so.
How you doing?
Or I'd be like, don't worry, I hate faggots. Or I'm just going to be like, hey, how's it going?
Sister girlfriend.
I'm from New York. Like, I was getting a mani-pedi the other day, and this bitch, you're never going to believe it. You better sit down, buddy.
All right. One more important question to ask before we go. How, and this is from an outsider because I'm the only non-parent on the panel. How do you deal with spoilt children
Oh,
on
you throw
Christmas?
their shit in the
Punch them in
fire.
the face.
Because they may not be your children, but you see them, and I go like this.
You
Because I
cut
know
kids over the last
if I would have acted in any certain way, I think I would have been like sealed up in a wall and never have seen another Christmas present again. But you go and you see it with extended families or people's cousins and see some of these kids are monsters, and I'm like, don't come over here because I'm not your parent. I will fucking destroy you, kid.
You mean
Right?
like when Luke bought Aiden a remote control plane thing, and then Aiden flipped out because there was no batteries for it, and like blamed Luke, and then screamed at Brooke about it? You mean like that?
Yeah,
I mean, look, completely different situation. All right.
that wasn't Christmas.
It wasn't.
No, there was just a
Christmas for
normal
start.
fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
But look, me personally, I don't go at people for spoiling their children, if that makes sense. So I do know some children that have been very spoiled in their lifetimes, but I do
But if the
also know
kids
that
act like assholes,
But as I said, I do know some children who have been spoiled by their parents, but it's only because their parents were overcompensating for what they felt like they didn't receive as children.
Right.
So, there's always something else attached to that kind of thing. We here in my household don't spoil our children. They're very, very functional children. They're very regimented. They're very routine for special needs children. But these kids get Santa at both households. And I know that I don't need to go OTT in my home because the other household is going to do that. So it's one of those situations for me personally, because we're a blended family. There's a very fine line to walk. So.
but do you find, not even necessarily children, but like when you especially get to those teenage years, like those early teenage years when they got a lot of attitude, and you're like, can you just be a decent human being for an hour or 2 hours while people are here? You can act like a twat, especially when they're at someone else's house and they act like that. I'm just like, you see, like kids, oh, I don't want to eat that. That's disgusting. I'm like, oh, I would never. My parents would have murdered me.
My kids know I would slap the stupid out of them, so they would never.
It's just like no respect. So, how old are your kids, Jenny?
My daughter's 18 and my son's 22.
So yeah, like old enough to know better now.
I was that asshole child, okay? Let me tell you what I did when I was younger, okay? This spoiled bitch, because I demanded a nameplate. You know, with your name on it in gold and everything. I was like 13 and I wanted it for Christmas so bad. And I'm like, this is what I want. I'm getting it. Well, Christmas morning came. My mother gave me my present. It wasn't even wrapped in Christmas paper. She gave me 2 fucking pillows wrapped in black bags. She goes, there's your fucking nameplate. I was so pissed. I was livid. I wouldn't talk to her the rest of the day. I cursed my father out. She was like, that's what you get. He's like, come on, give her the nameplate. She goes, I didn't get her shit. I got nothing but 2 pillows that year. So yes, I was that asshole.
Mom, but mum brought you down to earth. She's like,
Yep.
She
Never
humbled
again
you.
did I do that again. I never acted up again, ever.
You only
There you
got
go.
2 pillows in
2
plastic
pillows,
bags?
2. No pillowcases and wrapped in a black garbage bag.
Mom, good
I
work.
fucking love your mom. I feel like she's my soulmate.
She did well.
Yeah, that was her figuratively slapping the stupid out of you. Just
Yes.
saying.
Yeah,
I would do that to my kids. I would.
Yep.
That's great.
Jeff and Brooke, you're in that awkward, like, post-Santa, mid-Santa range with your kids too.
Yeah.
Like, how is
Jaden is
that
aware.
dynamic?
Jaden is aware, and he actually, because being 13, he is a fucking butt nugget right now. Hey, like, he's a horrible, horrible child. But the other night, he actually threatened to tell the other kids. And I went, no worries, mate. I said, your life won't be worth fucking living if you do. And, like, he was very apologetic after that. And he was like, I would never do that. But, like, you know, I'm also in the unique position where my 11-year-old, as you guys all know, or maybe Jenny doesn't, two of my kids have superpowers. They're autistic. And Matthew is only about 4 years old. He operates about 4, so I reckon he'll believe in Santa forever, and I really want that. I want to be able to do Santa gifts for him forever. You know, I'm never going to be the person that tells him otherwise.
Yeah, right.
He will always, I will never ever. And I mean, even Jaden, he came at me. It was like maybe February or March this year, and he's like, Mum, I think it's real funny that Santa bought me a Nintendo Switch and then Dad's family bought me the games and the accessories. Care to explain that? And I went, well, go in my room, we're going to have a chat. Like, you know, and this year we involved him. He helped shop. He helped, you know, do some of that stuff, and he felt really included. But, you know, the 3 younger ones, I hope will not find out for a very long time.
How are the boys going, Jeff? They're like, because they're, you know, they're up in the hill, they're in the booties and all that kind of stuff.
Well, you know, we haven't, obviously, we don't go see Santa or anything. So it amazes me that, I mean, we don't, you know, we like watch the Santa movies, whatever. But, you know, like, we get on Amazon and they pick out what they want, right? And then it comes and they, like, see me taking the box out to the garage. Like, I mean, I don't know how they do, you know what I mean? Or like,
willful denial. Willful denial.
Like, it's me by myself with 3 kids, right? Like, I've had to do a Walmart pickup. I didn't have anybody to watch them, and like I was like, hey, can you put the, you know, the stuff in, like, I had like the reusable bags in the back. I'm like, could you put that in the reusable bags? You know. And then the one day there was like, of course they put. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. They would come in boxes, but they were like big Nerf guns or whatever. Walking right out, Aiden saw him, but he doesn't get it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I'm not gonna say anything. You know what I mean? Like, if they wanna, you know, because Gabe, he's still like, oh, Santa, you know. So hey, if they still whatever, you know, but they know too. They're like, I buy gifts, so I think they think like one gift or something.
Yeah, but you want to keep that. You want to keep that alive, because as soon as that's gone, it becomes transactionary. Like, you know what I mean? Well, you're an adult for a long time. You know what I mean? You're an adult for a long time, and it becomes just a transactionary day of, I can give this to someone, and someone will give this to me, and da da da. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of magic, you know. It's nice. It's happy. It's nice. It's kind.
I like it.
So to finish up, from each of us, I would like some advice to the people out there on how to survive Christmas. Brooke, you go. How are we going to survive Christmas?
Duck and roll. That's it. Duck and roll. Buy beer.
Buy beer. Okay.
Buy beer.
Jenny, what about you? How do people get through Christmas? Well, that's not really legal for us here in Australia. So.
Just grin and bear it, drink if you have to. It's only a day. You could all get through it. And that's it. Back to normal the next day, right?
Right. Jeffrey, I shudder to think.
Use coconut lube for anal.
Yes.
I don't think we can get better than that. I think that's very festive. It's very nice.
You're welcome.
We hope that you all have a wonderful Christmas. We do have UCR Live coming up on Thursday, so make sure you check it out. We'll have a few little Christmas sprinklings, and we'll keep delivering the good stuff in the new year. But until then, Merry Christmas from the Roundtable. Jenny, thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Jeffrey Emmett. I have as always been Steve, and we miss you. We miss you a Merry Mishmish. We miss you a Merry Mishmish. Don't drink before the show. Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.